welcome back to my channel. Some of you guys may know me, some of you guys may not, and for those of you who do not, it's your girl Kira the Da, back for yet another video. As you guys can see, today's video is a recap of the last 2 episodes of Joseline's Cabaret California. So we finally got to get to the end and see who won that 50K. I don't even know how I feel about it, but we're gonna get into that at the end of the video. But we're just going to start off by saying, I noticed that these episodes have gotten very short. I even kind of peeped that with baddies. It's almost like they're like 35 minutes long, 35 minutes long now. When before they were about an hour long. So they're definitely jipping us on that part. I also keep seeing people implying that Nick and Joseline is giving lovers from the arguments. I don't know about that one, but the arguments definitely do get lovers. But I don't know where people are getting this assumption from. However, as this episode went on and Nick was like, yeah, me and all my friends kiss, I started to scratch my head a little bit and go like, well, I don't see that assumption being too far-fetched. But like I said, allegedly, we don't know for sure. These are all just rumors going around. As far as these 2 episodes, I do feel like they were a little boring. I feel as though a lot of these girls are just missing the plot and they're so focused on, let's say, per se, 1 or 2 girls that they're forgetting to bring some value to the show as well. It's just like they're shining a big light on the girls that they don't like, and whole time these girls that are haters are not giving us much of a personality or much of a storyline them damn selves other than being a hater. So I feel as though that was their problem, especially like the last episode. It was just like, damn, y'all still fucking with Chinks? Come on now. But let me just continue on with episode 17 before we get into 18. So as far as episode 17, I just felt like Drea need to follow her heart. She's definitely right about that time theft comment. It feel like Drea is being fed some of these things the way she's fed the dream by Joseline. I feel like overall Drea just needs to find herself in her own lane and not just do what people are telling her to do. This is her decision in her life and not the next person. She need to decide for herself. But overall, it just starting to feel like the cabaret is not for her. Like, especially looking at her in the beginning to now, like, I feel like she's made a turn for the worse. I definitely agree that she probably does need to take some time away, which I made this comment before even seeing episode 18. But like I said, we're going to do 17 first and then get into 18. But overall, for Drea in this episode, she's just explaining to Oceans, Danny, and Kanaya about how she's feeling and, you know, her plans on her conversation with Joseline that unfolds in the next episode. I feel like, how did she really expect that conversation to go with Joseline? Because it's not even making sense to me either, because Joseline been called it when she said that Andrea is full of shit. Because how did you come up with this plan overnight? A plan to go to school and live a regular life. You been was thinking this. And that's what makes you full of shit, because like Joseline said, you just fought Lexi, last night? And then the next day you talking about leaving the cabaret. The whole blueprint of your plan mapped out and everything. So was you fighting Lexi truly passion, or was it a performance? And like Danny said, I agree. You got to be smoking dick. Well, Joseline said it was crack on Twitter. But anyways, as far as Lexi and Chinks, I'm glad to see them made up. But what I noticed about them standing side by side is, I seen this in a video before, but you could tell surgery bodies because of their hips. And if you look at them 2 standing next to each other, you'll see exactly what I mean. One's natural and one is completely unnatural. Chinks might got a hip dip as well, but it's still a natural waist and hips. They're significantly different than a BBL waist and hip. So I felt like T-Love, you up here got a nerve to be saying to Danny, oh, you did way too much. You did way too much. T-Love, because ain't you a drunk? Because that's what Natural said. The same thing about you. So you got a nerve to be the one to say it to Danny. I guess right message, wrong messenger. Then Sky sitting up here co-signing. I'm talking about it's not right to be talking about alopecia. And This shit pissed me off right here. Sky, you really lost me the whole season. Like, your train of thought did not make sense to me the whole damn season. You really just a bird brain. We just gonna put it like that, and that helps to understand the position you got in the end of the season, because it's just like Joseline likes the girls who don't have much sense for themselves. That's really what it comes down to. She like, with her song go, I like bad bitches, I like silly bitches, that like dumb bitches that don't give a fuck. That's what she said out her own damn mouth. That's what Joseline said. Don't get mad at me now. But this episode, I felt really bad for Andrea, and I just feel like overall, she need to just leave the show. She needs to leave the show because she's sucking the happiness out of the fucking show. We can't even watch the show without being fucking depressed because of Andrea and all the shit she going through, and it's sad as fuck, and her husband lost her job and she's away from her kid. Just go home. Go home. Why you gotta make us empaths sad for you watching it? We watching Zeus for some good ghetto shit and some shit to make us laugh. We not trying to be on this bitch crying every Sunday. Just exit stage left, please. Thanks.
Yo, I just really realized my microphone was not plugged up, so please excuse me, y'all. So why Oceans, Karen, you really confused why they calling you white girl, but that sounds about white to record a conversation that even production don't got. Oceans, you making it really hard for the audience to fuck with you because that was weak. That I just feel like, why is it such a big thing that Chink said something about her alopecia when all Chinks did was react? Maybe y'all should have left her alone if y'all didn't want her to say nothing about no alopecia. Let's just be for real. Like I said in the beginning, it just started to get to a point in the season where it's just like, damn, y'all still fucking with Chinks? T Love in Egypt, y'all weak as fuck for bullying Chinks. That scene felt so cringe and forced. At what point are y'all gonna realize that y'all was arguing by y'all damn self? Because Chinks was barely saying anything back. How much of a, what do you even call it? Like, how big and bad do you really think you are when you arguing with a damn brick wall? Chinks barely said anything back, yet they was so hyped making a damn fool of themselves, talking about alopecia. Why would you say that? I don't think saying that somebody got alopecia and calling them patchy is worse than spitting on them. T Love, you got some damn nerve. Plus, how you gonna fight somebody and then how you gonna fight somebody all aggressively like you Shrek and expect them not to call you bald? This is exactly like when they got mad at Kanaya for saying something about Des or Erica parenting, and they got so mad. Like, you can't tell nobody how the fuck to react. That's one of my pet peeves. How about you treat people right instead of trying to coach them on how to react to your fucking antagonizing? If you ain't want her to say nothing about her your alopecia, then you should have left her the fuck alone. The Chinks drama, it just feels too fake, because why does everybody in the house have drama with one person? Then I also felt like, is it just me or does it feel like Joseline has some type of animosity towards Danny? Because Danny, it's not funny, but like, Danny gets really no love from Joseline. Like, Andrea got picked just to get sent home because she's so fucking ungrateful, and she's not, I don't even want to call her ungrateful, but she's so gimme. Like, she's so worried about um having it right now, you know, not waiting to process. And I truly believe that's why Joseline chose who she chose to win. I feel like it had more to do with some of these girls feeling entitled. I feel like she wanted to give it to somebody who was really going to appreciate it, rather than people who just feel like they the shit and You know what I mean? Oh, give me my money. Y'all know how Joseline is. Andrea and Danny definitely let the love from Joseline get to their head this season. They should have been way more vigilant and just um in their heads in the game, because they really took a back seat this season and let the other girls fill in for them. And then back to the Chink situation. I just hate how they always say, "Oh, she shouldn't have said that." No, y'all shouldn't have been bullying her. Let's just say, can we say favoritism or bias? Because y'all all want to take up for Egypt and be like, oh, that was so wrong for her to say that, when Egypt literally fought Chinks for no reason. We're not going to act like Egypt had a legitimate reason to fight Chinks. She didn't. She jumped on a bandwagon and Chinks called her Patchy because she had no reason to fuck with her. So if that's wrong, then so is y'all. Y'all wrong too. Now, as far as the studio session, I feel like Joseline's trying to involve Ballistic more and give him more of a role, even though give him more of a role and more of an opportunity for him to make money off of the girls as well. Andrea is definitely very flip floppy. I've been trying to tell y'all. I can't name a time that Joseline has lied yet, other than that marriage to CVJ. Other than that, Joseline is just too real for a lot of people. She's been saying that Andrea is full of shit for seasons now, and we just now seeing it. But we definitely have seen this energy in her friendship with Danny. Andrea was very flip floppy. One minute she was Danny's ride or die, next minute she was on Danny's ass, while the whole audience was confused. Andrea just doesn't seem to have a mind of her own, and I feel like Joseline's delivery may be wrong, but Andrea is literally taking the opportunity from someone else that could have been there. What else could she have been thinking about? Like Jocelyn said, make your decision like a woman. Make your decision, stand up like a grown ass woman, say it with your chest, and let that be that. Stop being a little bitch. Stop being, oh, Jocelyn, but. No, say what you mean, and that's it. Let it be that. And I definitely don't feel like Jocelyn's wrong for that. I almost feel like, does Jocelyn really want Andrea to stand up to her? That's almost the vibe that I get. Like, she might be mad. She might display anger in the moment if Andrea stands up to her, but I feel like deep down inside she'll really be glad because Andrea acts like a little bitch. That isn't commendable nor respectable, and then you wonder why Jocelyn don't respect you. It's because you full of shit, like she said. Then yeah, why is y'all so pressed about Chanks when the season over? Like, do y'all not know how this is playing out for us? Y'all did a lot. Y'all dragged the issue all season. You supposed to have more than one beef in the season. That's what I thought. Y'all was born. Then the nerve of y'all to try to say y'all are so good at fighting. Like, just hang it up, flash screen. Like, we tired of it. We tired. Y'all fucked up the season with that bullshit. Let's just put it like that. So close to the end of the episode where we get to see who actually wins the 50K, Jocelyn calls Erica, Sky, and Kanaya back in the room to finish off the studio session that they did, which I really enjoy. All three of the girls, sort of being creative. I feel like Erica was the only one that really lacked. However, Jocelyn gives them the opportunity to sign with her, and the only one who does is Sky. As I mentioned before, I feel like Sky is the main bird brain, and that's kind of what Jocelyn likes, which is why I feel like she overall won. It definitely was a shocker seeing Sky win. Didn't really make any sense the whole season why she won until now, which is because she signed that contract. And I feel like Sky, like they were all saying, she young, she, it's the right time in her life to do something like this, to make a mistake if it will be a mistake. I did see somebody mention though, hopefully this 50K is not her stipend or whatever it's called when you sign with the label, because Jocelyn could have definitely killed two birds with one stone with that one and got over on Sky, because like I said, Sky is a bird brain. This could definitely end up like a TLC situation. However, the best part about this episode was seeing T Love get mad, y'all. T Love was pissed that Sky won that money. I don't know who had to break it to T Love, but T Love, you was never about to win. You was never about to win. You was never about to win, T Love. So it was very comical to see you get that upset. Tell them to get them cameras out your face. We wanted the camera to bang it out your face. But to see you so upset, that was the highlight of the season. We was pissed to see Sky won, but I'm pretty sure majority of the people watching, they got a little bit of joy after seeing you so damn mad, Miss Q-Tip. Miss the champ is here. Please sit your motherfucking hawk spitting ass the fuck down. You did too damn much the whole season. T Love, please just don't come back. The whole cabaret, we're gonna need a whole revamp. We're gonna need a lot of things different. I was kind of upset to see Danny cry so much. I do feel like she was a little robbed though. Maybe that's where the tears come from. Maybe the tears come from the fact that she just felt like, damn, like she still ain't win. After all that, she still ain't win. So, I don't blame her. The thing about Sky winning that I will say is that this was the complete shocker. Nobody seen this coming, not even the castmates. As they were mentioning, like, who do y'all think's gonna win? Who do y'all think's gonna win? Sky was always pretty quiet. Nobody ever mentioned Sky's name. I feel like this is part of the reason why Joseline made her win, because Joseline, I feel like she likes the curveballs. She likes to do something that nobody's expecting. And then on top of that, yeah, nobody expected Sky to win. Somebody else could have definitely won that money, but the last person in our minds was Sky. Basically, Sky was really an underdog. I kind of could have felt the inkling that she might have won though, because she was in that music video though. She was one of the only newbies in the music video. Well, I think the only newbie actually. So basically, something about Sky. Joseline has some type of favoritism for Sky. Maybe she has a crush. Who knows? But it's something about Sky that Joseline likes. But interestingly enough, if you guys haven't noticed, Sky hasn't been on tour. So she took that little bit of money and went on about her way. She was very quiet the whole season. And the thing about a quiet person is that you never know if they're agreeing with you or if they strongly disagreeing with your ass. But she definitely played her cards right, did what she had to do, and got on up out of there. It almost gives like Hennessy, but a different type of energy about it. But Hennessy in the sense of like, see y'all, thanks for the money, see ya. Didn't see her sign to Joseline, so we gonna see how that turns out. And hopefully it turns out good, because something good got to come from Sky winning that 50K. Like, we already had our hopes set on other people winning that money. So the fact that Sky won, baby, wait, make it worth your while, nah. Johnson's Cabaret California was very different. We were expecting this season to really be different than what it was. Like, this season has so much more potential. Yeah, it was kind of a flop. Like, I also seen some tea, y'all, that we got to mention. So I seen this picture of Melissa and Dez, and the caption on the picture says that these two were allegedly engaged. So that's very interesting, and I really wonder if that's true. But we all know that rumors don't just come out of nowhere. However, what is you guys' opinions on this season? I feel like we were definitely let down. I really also wish that we got to see some of the actual people that we wanted to see on the season longer. Like, for example, Miss Natural. We just really expected this season to go way differently. um yeah, I feel like I was really fooled by this season. Like, I really was not about to watch this. However, when I seen all of the old girls coming back, I really wanted to watch it badly, but it didn't have the feel of older seasons. So yeah, y'all let me know y'all opinions. I sort of feel like Joseline doesn't act that way behind the cameras, but another part of me feels like ain't really no telling. But I don't know. a big part of me do feel like she don't be acting like that when them cameras ain't there. But yeah, y'all let me know y'all opinions. I appreciate every last single one of you guys for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys. See you guys.